morning, everyone, for a second time. I really don't know what's happening with Restream. I was chatting away and I thought, maybe I'm talking to myself here. So, and then I messaged Suzanne, and yes, I was talking to myself. So, as I was saying before, it's an absolutely glorious day here in Queensland, in Maryborough. There's a slight breeze. Yesterday we had 31 degrees, and here we are in winter. Can you believe it? So looks like we are in for a good one today. Thanks for sorting it out for me, Suzanne, and letting the others know. That's great. Yeah, so what have we got coming up? We've got so much stuff coming up. Which is really good. It's excellent. I just feel like I'm running out of time because I'd really like to do a few videos for when I'm away during June. So I'll see if I get time to do that. I have Mum coming on Friday, so no doubt we'll be out and about a little bit as well. All right, so let me go down to the desktop because I really don't want to spend a lot of time chatting this morning. All right, first things first, our annual catalogue goes live on the 6th of May, so literally a week tomorrow. So most of you will have been looking and watching and seeing us using the products that are in the catalogue. Some of them are in the catalogue and some are in our online exclusives. So if you've seen something and you can't find it in the catalogue, if you have a catalogue, have a look in the online exclusives, or if you can't find it, just looking down the list in the Stampin' Up website. So we have the new catalogue happening. Now, what I'd like to do is, what's today? Today's the 28th. I think if anyone puts an order in with me up until the 15th of May, over $100, then I will send them out a PDF and all the things to make one or the other of the cards that I'm doing this week. So if you're wanting to purchase, there is the Shop With Me tag here. And if you wanted to pop into that, sign up. Don't forget to press on opt-in so that you get all your your bonus points. And they do add up really quickly, I can tell you. So that's the first thing. Now, I am going to try and do some videos that I'm going to schedule for while I'm away. So we'll see how that goes. And it looks like I might just go a bit closer with the screen. We'll see how that goes. I don't need the radius. There we go. Let's stick it at that. That should be fine. And pop that back on. Okay, so I've actually sorted out my cards for the next 3 days, and I do have one more to do for the end of the week. I have had a request from one of the girls at work, and she's actually requested quite an older card. So I'll see if I can do it. I did them years ago, and I don't really have anything to remind me how to do it. So yeah. Hi, Lynn. How are you? Welcome. Sorry about the mess up to start off with. I don't know. I really don't know what's happening with Restream. Anyway, the card that I'm doing today is a Z fold. And it's just a very straightforward Z fold that's going to go like this. So I'm going to use the new in colors today, but there's also a little bit of a twist to this one. Now, goodness, I've forgotten the lady's name. I think she's something Stamper. She made this card, and she also showed a little technique which I thought was really good. So I'll pass that on to you today. Right, so we start off with, now the good thing about this is American sizes, but the good thing about it is once you've cut the card base, the piece that's left actually makes the Z fold, which is really good. Now I've just realized that I haven't done any scoring, so we'll do some scoring. So, and both of these pieces are scored at the same ratio. So we have the main card, which is 8.5 inches by 5.5 inches. And we're going to score it at 4.25. And 2 1. That doesn't look right. 5.5. Don't think it's 4.25, is it? It's supposed to be folded in half. No, that's not going to work. Let me cut another piece. Sorry. I've obviously written down the wrong size there somewhere. So the card is, let me have a look. Eight and a half by 5.5. So we have to do the 8.5 first. Now this will be right, won't it? Because I'm all in the dither now. Or was that right? Just let me have a quick measure here. 4.25. So what did I do wrong? That's what I did wrong. That wasn't cut at 8.5. Okay, let's go. 8.5 by 5.5. Pop those to one side, and now we will score at 4.25, which looks much better. And we will also score at 2 1/8. Hi, Holly. Sorry about all the silly stuff before. And then we will also get our other piece, which is 8.5 by 2 3/4. And again, we're going to score at 4.25 and 2 1/8. So 4.25. Let me make sure, hang on. Just let me make sure. I didn't cut that at 8.5 either, did I? Right, so 4.25. This is what I thought of that. 4.25 and 2 1/8. So that does our scoring for us. So we're just going to fold these. So we're going to fold this one in half. And then we're going to fold the scored puff. Just a normal, oh, now it doesn't want to look right. Just a normal Z fold. And the good thing is that quite often, if you're not quite right, your bone folder will help you put it back into space. But I need this to be right because, so that should fit like that in there. But that's not how it's going to fit, because we're going to turn it over and we're going to put it like this. And it should fit nicely. Okay, this one's going to be a teeny bit over because this still doesn't want to sit right over there. Let's try again. No, it's going to stay there. That'll be fine. So that's our two parts of our card. So to start, so you can see that is going to sit there and it is going to go across and it's going to sit down like that. Okay, that's how that'll go. All right, so we're going to start off by, I've decided to use the pattern papers from the Floral Impressions, and I'm using the Strawberry Slush, the new color. So just to start off with, this piece here is going to sit in here, and this is 4 inches by 5 1/4. So we'll get out the glue. Yeah, I hope yours is right too, Suzanne. I don't know what is going on. I've got to sort out tomorrow's now because I did them both at the same time, and I don't know what's going to happen with tomorrow's. I really don't. So I've got to find a way to delete the one that I've already put, and then and redo it. Okay, so that's the inside of the card there. Now we're going to put something on these 2 pieces here. So these are the 2 pieces that we're going to use, and these are 2 inches by 5 1/4. So because I've used directional paper, I'm going to need to make sure that my paper sits right. Do you believe I've got some glue on there? Let's get that off. It's not going to do it properly, but anyway. All right. Now, so I have to make sure that the paper is the same direction all the way. So I'm going to pop this piece on here. Seems a shame to, I always think it's always a shame to cover up the pretty paper. And I'm just going to pop that piece just on there like that. And then the second piece, I'm going to use this way up. Let's put a bit of glue. And I'm going to put that piece in there like that. Okay, so that gives us that part there. Now, for this part, thankfully that's going to cover that glue spot that I've just got. Just spread that out a bit. Right, now for this part, which is your actual Z fold, I'm going to put Designer Series paper on here. So this is 4 1/8 by 2 5/8. And I'm going to put that just on that piece there. Looks like I might not be doing straight again today, which is that piece. And then on top of that, I'm putting this piece of DSP, which is 3 7/8 by 2 3/8. This is the gorgeous Strawberry Slush. Let's put a bit of glue on there. And I'm going to put that over the top of there like that. The DSP, Holly, is the Floral Impressions. Okay, so I've got the Floral Impressions using that one. Now these 2 pieces here are 2 inches by 2.5 inches, and they're going to sit there and there. So once you've got this bit done, whatever you do with the front of it then is, you know, there's so many things you can do with the front of this. So we're just going to try and line those up, that piece there. And then the next piece. On there. You're very welcome, Holly. Okay, so that is going to be our piece that goes across there. And so when we open up the card, that's what we're going to get. So to start with, I'm going to put this on here, and I'm just going to eyeball it to try and get it sort of in the middle, central. I'm just going to turn it round because it makes it easier for me. And I'm going to try and get that. So we've got about 3 of those. And I'm going to put it right to the edge there, like that. And then I'm going to do the same with this edge. Now we've got to remember that we can only put it so far. So you can make a little mark if you like as to where you're going to put it. And I'm just going to put some glue down here and stick that there like that. Now this is where we keep the fingers crossed and the toes crossed and everything. It is gorgeous, DSP. I can show you just quickly. I've used some of it, but you know, you've got this one which seems to be in lines, and it has some of each of the others in it. So, and then you've got the Darling Duckling on the back, and then there's this one, which is the one I used for this card here in the background. And then I love this too. I just want to try and think of a way to use that. And that's got the blue on the back. Then of course we've got the gorgeous sunflowers. Who doesn't like sunflowers? And we have, I think that's garden green on the back. We have the one that I'm using now with the strawberry slush, and then we have this one with one of the other greens. So the 2 greens in it are, so we've got crushed curry, Darling Duckling, fresh freesia, garden green, misty moonlight, old olive, peach pie, pecan pie, pool party, pretty in pink, and strawberry slush. So there's quite a plethora of. Now you're going to sit down whether you like it or whether you don't. Okay, so I'm just going to use my bone folder and make sure that that sits where it's supposed to sit, like that. Okay, so there's our card. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to decorate. So I've got a piece of white here. Actually, I might use the wider piece. And I'm going to use the Gallery Blooms. So the Gallery Blooms has some beautiful dies in it, and it also has these gorgeous, gorgeous stamps. So the one I'm using today is this one, which I think a lot of people have used. And I'm going to pick that up. This is a size E block, and it fits it quite nicely. All I have to do is get it off of my, and I'm going to stamp in basic grey. So I'll just cover that. Close that. And I'm just going to stamp that like that. Isn't that gorgeous? Absolutely beautiful. All right, so colours. Because there is no strawberry slush as far as that's concerned, I'm thinking I may use the Highland Heather, because there is some sort of Highland Heather more in the in the patterned paper. But what I wanted to show you was this. Before we actually do that, I've just got some of the strawberry slush on my blending brush. I'm just going to blend all the way around here. A little bit more on. You don't need a lot. You do want it to go into those middle bits a little bit. And oops, it's a bit liney there. It's not actually going to show. All right, so we're going to do that to start with, and you'll see when I cut this out what happens. So we'll do that. Now, just a quick bit of colouring. Hi, Debbie. Hi, Sue. Lovely to see you. Lovely to see you all. Okay, so I'm using the light Highland Heather, and I'm just going to do the whole of the rose with it. Just going to leave a little bit of white towards the edges there. Not a lot. Just a little bit. The top, I mean, not the edges. So I'm going to go in like that, and I'm going to do each one. Now, here, around where there is already some dark lines from that they have supplied for us, which is wonderful. Just going to put, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Never mind. And then I'm going to just pop over it again with the light, because while it's still wet, it's easier to blend. Now I just want to go back into the center with the dark. Just in here, that to be darker. Okay, and then we're going to do the same with this one. We'll do the light. We'll leave a little bit towards the top. Oops, I went right off there. Goodness me. And then again with the dark on the areas and then I'll just pop over that again with the light. Okay, and then we'll do the last one. See if I can manage to be an adult and stay within the lines this time. And I'm using the dark. Never mind, we'll have one darker one. I'll still go over it with the light. And we'll see what happens. And then just fill in the bits that I missed. Actually, I'm not keen on that white sitting up there like that, so I'll go in and just go over that again. There we go. So there is that. And I'm going to do the, actually I might just use the lemon lime twist today. We'll use the dark on these darker areas. So this is for the leaves. And then we use the light. Because these were only small areas, it's there's not actually a lot of difference between the dark and the light on the lemon lime twist. And we'll just grab this out because I've missed a bit here. There we go. All right, so there's the colouring done. Now I'm just going to pop this onto the cut and emboss machine. Which is behind me, so I will be back in a second. Goodness me, here we go. So what's everybody up to today? Any plans, anybody? I know what Suzanne's going to be doing in a minute. Okay, so I've cut that out. And as you can see, instead of having that, oh, it doesn't really show up too well. Instead of having that bright white around the edge, there's now this haze of like a pink. You can do it with a blue. You can do it with pretty much anything that you want to do. And it takes the stark whiteness off of the edging when you, I'm just going to do a little bit more in there because there's not much in there. It takes the stark whiteness off of the edging when you actually use the cut and emboss machine. Okay, so that's that bit there. Now I'm going to put that up on dimensionals. Because I like it to have that bit of height. 1, 2. I don't know why I'm counting them. Do you know, it's funny, isn't it? It takes one small thing to throw you. I feel like I'm all at 6s and 7s at the moment, which really isn't good. And then I'm just going to use one of the smaller ones. I'll pop on that leaf there. And then I know I've got a half one here because I used it when there was a beep and I thought, oh, has my order arrived? But surely not, because I only put it in on the last day of free shipping. So probably would not be here by now. So I'm just going to put that up. And I'm going to pop it up. Let me see. We want it a bit upright. Yeah, let's pop it up that way a little bit there. So I'm going to do that. Now, the other thing I'm going to do is I'm going to cut out some greenery. Now, I love this little thing here. It reminds me, I think Suzanne said it the other day, it reminds me of cow parsley that we used to get in the UK. There's that. This is a cute little one. So I'm just going to cut all these out. And I really like the greenery. So, and did I have another one? No. All right, so I've put out a few little bits of coloured. I thought I'd put out some coloured card. Who knows? Who knows what I've done? Let's have a look here. So we might, do I get anything on that one? No, let's just, I will find it after I've finished. Oh, here we go. Here's some. No, right. So we're going to do that one on the white. I need some green for the greenery. This is great for using up your little tiny bits. I've got my little folder here with all my bits and pieces in, and you can literally cut your bits and pieces out. Now, where did that one go? That one needs to be on like a purple. What's this one? One can be pink. I'll grab a bit of light purple of some sort for this one. And I'm just going to pop these in and cut them out. I'll probably get most of them in at once here, so let's have a look, which would be great. Now she's gone silent again. And this one I'll put this way. And I will run them all through together, which saves a lot of mucking about. You know what, I think I've got one up the wrong way. Maybe not. Okay, so we have a purple one, a pink one, a green one, and a white one. Now, I actually want a second white one, so I'm just going to pop that through again. Just very quickly. Looks like I'm reaching a point where I need some more new plates. There we go, another white one. And then I'm just going to organize these or put these onto. Look how gorgeous that greenery is. I love that greenery. Just love it. Get all these out. one's really pretty too. They're all really pretty. That one's out, that one's out, that one's out. Let's take this one out. Yeah, cowslip. Cowslip or a cowslip is more of a flower. The cow parsley is the one that's got all the little bits in it like this. They've actually got a bit of an acrid smell to them if you pick them up and smell them. I remember taking some into the house and wondering why the house didn't smell so good. Sorry, just I'm going to get myself one of those little brushes that a lot of people seem to use. I think it might be an idea, might be a plan. Just put those up there. So now all I'm going to do is I'm going to put these around so that we've got some bits and pieces coming out from behind the roses. We can put that under there. And then maybe this one. It doesn't really matter where it goes because it's still going to sit like on the card. So I'm just going to pop a little bit of glue. And I should really get the glue mat out. And I'm going to pop this one under here like this. This one. Now, the only thing with this is you will find, if you're not careful, that your glue pops through. Pops through those, just lifting that and putting that under there. Come out. I just want that to be a bit more round like that. And then this one, I should really have something else as well because I've got 4 elements here and I really should have more. I am going to cut one other thing, but I'm not sure what yet. So, and then this piece can go in under there. I don't know why that, maybe I didn't put a, maybe you didn't take the thing off, Lorraine. And maybe, yeah, might have to cut that back after. All right, so there is, do you know what? I didn't take the backs off of any of those. So I don't know what I stuck it on with. There we go. That was that little one. So there is that. That's the front of the card. Now, you can either put a sentiment in here or you could pop a sentiment in here. So you would need, oh, I didn't put that one in, did I? So you would need another piece of white possibly, or you could, before you put that on there, you could heat emboss it and put it on. I just want that one to sit there like that. Okay, so there's our pattern. Now, the other thing, now, if you're going to use these, you do need to give it a bit of time. Thank you, Holly. Yes, it does give it that extra little pop, doesn't it? Yeah. All right, so these are the Enameled Effects Basics. Now, if you have a look at this one, what I've done here, let's see if I can show you there and up here, I've used these enamel effects. There's a couple of ways you can use them. You can pop them onto the card, but I suggest if you're going to do that, you do it after you've finished so that you can put the card to one side, because they do take a little while to dry. Or the other thing you can do is not drop that, is you can get out your silicone mat and you can make your own little dots like so. Now you do have to let them dry, of course, but they'll just pop off of there. And then what you can do after that is you do have to pop a bit of glue on the bottom of them, because obviously they're not self-sticking, but they're actually gorgeous. But what they, yeah, okay, Suzanne, I'll see you soon when I'm finished. These are actually going out. So they're on last chance specials at the moment, if anyone is interested in having some. So this one has the real red, it has black, and it has white. And then there's another packet, which I haven't used much either. And it has the metallics. I think actually they're in my other drawer. So it has the metallic. So it's got your gold, your silver, and your bronze, which I suppose now I'm going to start using them, but they've sort of, they are on the last chance. But I'll leave those there and they will do their own thing. Alrighty, so before I put that on, which I probably will put it on, I am going to put a couple of little, I don't think I want the birds. I like the, I really do like the dragonflies. That's me. So I want to pop them on, just to a couple of those. A couple of little dragonflies. Don't stick to my finger. There we go. There's a couple of them on there. And for the last one, I used those. But well, if I got those strawberry slush ones, I should have. No, I haven't. I thought I had them. All right, so we've got a couple of choices here. We can use these purpley, pinky ones here, which is what I used on the last card. Used a couple up here. Or we can go with the actual strawberry slush. What do you forget to use, Debbie? Oh, these. Yeah, I've had them sitting here. I've actually had them sitting on my desk and keep thinking I must use them, I must use them. And then, yeah, then they're going out. And so what do we think? Do we think these gems here? But they're more pink than the straw, unless I was to use the clearer ones. Or we could use the actual strawberry slush, which is these ones here. So we can do that. I'm actually not going to put a greeting on this card. I've got a card that I've had to make, and I might use this one for it. So I think I'll just leave it for the time being. Although I think I'd like to put another one of those on there. Just do that while I'm thinking about it. So what do we think? Do we think the strawberry slush, or do we think the other glittery ones that we've got there? Just want to pop another one of those in there, because I just think they give that lacy effect. It's That's a lovely effect they give. Pop that there like that. Strawberry slush, yes, yes. I'm so pleased you chose the strawberry slush. The others, they're gorgeous, but they're not really the same pink. And I'm not sure. I would have had to probably have used the white ones on there. All right, so let's put a couple of strawberry slush. So we've got 3 sizes. We've got the large, the medium, and the small. So I think I'd like to put a large one down here, and then maybe a medium one over here. Does anyone else hover with their pearls or whatever, thinking I don't know where to put this? And then I'm thinking another in there. Alrighty, so all I need now is some Wink of Stella, and I will pop those dots on now that I've sort of finished it. So I'm going to use the Wink of Stella because I think these flowers need some wink on there. Are you watching in the background there, Mum? You said you were going to be watching today. I pick Mum up on Friday, so she'll be here next week, which will be lovely. So I'm actually going to try and do some videos to put on while I'm over in the UK, because I'm going over there for a month. So, and I really, yeah, it is. It's weird, isn't it? You sort of think, oh, I definitely need it. It's like, okay, so where will I put it? All right, so just with this, this here lends itself beautifully to having the little dots put on. Just pop a few randomly on there, and then I'm just going to do this one as well. So this is the white, but it's pearlescent, so it gives a bit of a shine. Ooh, put that one a bit close. So you can see I've just popped. You see it? I'm not sure whether you can. I've just popped those little. I don't want to tip it too much because I don't want them to fall. And then you can also pop them on this purple one here, which is, I think, is sort of like lavender. You can pop that on there as well, just to give that little bit of decoration. Alrighty, so everyone, that is our card today. It's a beautiful Z fold. The colouring around the because I used the strawberry slush, which was the same as the background, it takes away that stark whiteness that you get when you die cut. And I thought that was a great idea. I really did. So there's our card for today, our Z fold. So tomorrow, I'm going to be doing another fun fold, and it's going to be a card with a belly band. So when I've just got to sort out the decoration for the belly band, but it will be it'll be ready for tomorrow. And then I've also got Thursdays sorted out. I've just got to do Fridays. So let me pop back up to the top. There we go. There we go. Yes, so I'm so sorry about the weird start this morning, and I have to be honest, it's sort of thrown me out a bit, but that's okay. We can, thanks, Debbie. We can live with that. So, yeah, the other, if you wanted to, sorry, I didn't say, if you wanted to write anything, you could always put a panel on the back here as your insert as it would normally be, so that you can write your message on the back there, which is probably what I'll do with this one. So that's our card for today. I think it would look lovely in blues as well. So this was the one I did. I keep forgetting which camera I've got up. That's the one I did yesterday. And then I've done this one today. Okay, beautiful cards, lovely fun folds. Put that one over there, Lorraine, so you don't put your finger in the wet stuff, because that's what's going to happen next. And I will see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. I really appreciate it. If it's your first time on, if you could press the subscription button, ring the little bell, that'll let you know when I'm on again. I'm not always as scatty as I was today. Well, maybe I am. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining me. Suzanne's now popping on, so anyone who wants to pop over and watch Suzanne with her card, she'll be coming. Well, she will be started, I believe. Okay, thank you so much. Bye. See you tomorrow.